Hi, my name's Peter, and I want to introduce the latest invention in fence fixing, the Ranch Hammer. It's taken all of the good capabilities of tools you may have used in the past, that I've used in the past my whole life. We've improved upon them with this hammer, and we've also added two new patented innovations that I think you'll really like. It'll make it simpler, faster, easier to fix any fence, repair any fence, build any fence you want, all with this one tool. It'll replace your snub nose fencing hammer. It took the wire cutters. These handles are kind of big and cumbersome. In this Ranch Hammer, we've made the handles a little bit wider with some knurling for grip and flare out on the end for grip. This way, your hand's not going to get tired if you use the Ranch Hammer all day. These handles are kind of thin, as you can see on some conventional tools. You use this for 4, 6, 8 hours a day, cutting wire. My hand gets tired, and I'm sure yours has as well. You can use this one all day because the grips are nice and wide. They fit your hand well. You're not going to end up at the end of the day with a sore hand. Another innovation is the riveting. You want to be able to use your hammer with one hand. You want to be able to open it easy and close it easy cutting wire, because you want your free hand available to hold the wire, hold a post, do some other things. You don't want to happen to be opening the hammer or squeezing it two hands to cut the wire. You can see it cuts easy like that. So now I'm going to show you some innovations that we come up with to stretch your wire. Traditionally, this is what a lot of you have used in the past. I've used this in the past and a couple other tools. This is your typical wire stretcher. It will do the job, but it is rather heavy. It's big, it's cumbersome. Walking miles and miles of fence, or even put this on a horse packing it, or on a UTV or a four-wheeler tying it down. It's just cumbersome. Cumbersome to carry, cumbersome to use. A little bit heavier. The Ranch Hammer here is about a quarter of the weight, very light. So you can dispense with this. You don't need this anymore. Don't need to be packing it around. So I'll show you right here. I've got a break in my fence, my barbed wire. I'll go through how you can stretch this wire with just this hammer as good as you want it, as tight as you want it. So the first thing you do is this hammer has, of course, your wire grabbers. So if you have any slack in it, this is kind of standard on all hammers. You can squeeze it, make sure all your slack's out. As you're tightening, you don't want a loose spot down the line that takes up all of your smooth wire that I'll show you. So I just make a loop in each end like that. Another loop. I found your top of your hammer has got two slots to hold it straight while you twist it around. That's about as big as loop as you want or you need, nothing too big. Then you take your smooth wire. I always use double strand because your barbed wire is double strand. You don't want your weak link in your splice. So I'll take the roll, I'll put it there, I'll make another loop, and I'll tie it around a couple times. That's all you need. Come over to my other end, measure out. I want about maybe 3 inches, 2 inches past my loop right there. So I'm going to cut my smooth wire right there. Again, you can do it all one-handed. Hammer's really good for that. So I'll put my loose end of my smooth wire through the loop like that. This one was kind of long, but that's okay. You just don't want it too short because you want to grab this barbless wire with the top, and then you want to twist your hammer so it rolls over like that. And as your hammer's rolling, it's taking up the slack of the smooth wire and pulling both ends tight. Just roll it around like this. I mean, you can make this as tight as you want. You can even keep rolling this and it'll break the wire somewhere down the line. But you can make these very, very tight. Just do it to your preference. And now I have to roll the hammer back towards me, unroll it, and now my splice is solid. Not going to come undone with the loop. And then I'll go around like this. So I had quite a bit of excess wire on that, but usually it's about half that. Makes a nice splice in your wire. Now that's about as tight as I want it. Just a little bit of give in case an animal, wildlife jumps over or tries to crawl through like deer. They're not going to get caught up in it real bad, or they're not going to break it again. But you can see that's plenty tight. Another advantage of doing it this way that you can't do with your regular wire stretcher is if you have a section of 100 or 200 feet like I do on my property where it's steep or it's going over a ridge, and you know every winter I get 3 to 4 feet of snow, that fence is going to be on the ground. It's going to be broken down there, maybe all 3 strands at some point, or popped off. If I just want to lay down that section of fence over winter so I know right where my break is, you can reuse this many times before you need to replace this splice. So I can just come back and I can just undo it like that. Let my wire drop. That way, all my wires, I know because my fence is going down anyways, I'll just come back in the spring. I know right where all my area to stretch the wire again is. Just makes it a lot easier. That's something you can't do with that because you have to clamp the barbed wire together with a piece of metal that clamps on there to hold it. And you can't undo that. So that's another benefit to this hammer. So that's why it has this longer nose than your conventional hammer. So with the loop will go around it and you can turn it. And it's just long enough to be able to do that and not long enough to be too long to cause problems carrying it or getting caught up in anything.